You have no idea the amount of ignorant mess we're about to get into right now.
Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Black on Black Cinema. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
Hey.
And Terrence.
What's up?
All right, guys, we're back. This is episode 109, Fences. Obviously, this is starring Denzel Washington and Viola Davis, also directed by Denzel Washington as well, based on a play written by August Wilson, who has since passed away. And both Viola Davis and Denzel Washington were also in the play together, playing the same roles. So I guess what we'll do is we'll get our out of 5 impressions, which is kind of silly because I think these are probably all 5 out of 5.
Yeah.
Right?
It's perfect.
Yeah, like it really, there's no complaints about this movie.
Yeah.
I have none.
I mean, the only complaint in quotation marks is that it feels like a play, not a movie.
Yeah.
Right. I mean,
but that's not really.
It just is what it is.
Right.
Right. Like it's. I mean, they pulled the dialogue directly out of the play.
It is the play, basically.
Right. I think there's a couple of little small tweaks, but I don't think
Denzel Washington and Spike Lee did some tweaks, but they wanted to go uncredited.
Denzel and Spike?
Yeah.
Huh.
But they wanted to go uncredited because they said, look, if this movie gets any awards, they want August Wilson to be the recipient of it. Like
That's
they
fair.
want all of it to go to him.
Good. And you know what? It should. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's a play, movie, whatever you want to talk about, whichever version. It is incredibly well written.
Yep.
Just
I
absolutely
didn't
is.
know. I went to see it in the movie theater, and I didn't know it was a play. Never heard of it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is a play.
You can
as I
tell.
was watching it in the
Yeah.
movie, I'm like, this feels like a play.
Yeah.
Like from a minute 30, it's just a dialogue through the entire movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just continuous. There's only a couple portions where it was like silence for effect,
Yeah.
but it was just dialogue, and everybody was so good in it. It's ridiculous how good this movie is.
Yeah. This is the third time I've seen this movie, and it didn't feel like a chore watching it. Like it's just, it is an impressive film, and it's one of those films. Like I actually kind of like when movies are based on plays in a lot of ways because it doesn't allow actors to hide, right? Like you can't hide behind CGI or like special effects or like this overarching story where you're just a cog in that wheel. No, the story is basically 3 or 4 characters.
You gotta fucking bring it.
Yeah, you don't have a choice.
or else you look like the oldest son, who I didn't think was all like great.
He was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like he wasn't.
He was
great.
probably the weakest of the cast.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
But it's I mean, it's kind of not fair. You know what I mean?
Look who he's surrounded by, right? It's like
you got to act across
even the
Denzel
son,
Washington.
like even the
and-
youngest son, he was
Yeah.
still really fucking good.
He was.
Yeah.
He was. I feel like that kid grew up with a father like that for some strange reason. Because
Yeah.
he's just
Yeah.
like,
you're an actor,
right?
Like,
Like,
I'm
it was a little too-
gonna tell this nigga what I really think. Like
about
dog,
to
I'm not
work-
your actual dad. Like,
Take it
I'm
easy.
about to work some shit out.
yeah. Like, can I be in the play and do this a couple of times? Like, all right. But yeah, it's very, very good. If you haven't seen this movie, pause, go and watch it. Do yourself a favor. These are the type of movies like Get Out. I mean, these are the type of movies you want to support. Like, what I like about this movie is it doesn't deal with really the point of it isn't dealing with like the struggle of black people, which has been done 1,000 times, right? In this white America. It's more about just an insular family strife, right? It's just a story about a working class family and the shit that they deal with. And
But that story is decidedly black. Yeah.
yes, very,
Yeah.
very
Like,
black.
it's-
I mean, we were just talking right before we went on air. Like, this sounds like my dad. Like, Denzel Washington's character is absolutely my father. And I know there's some definite similarities between Troy and your father.
Fucking obsessed with money, obsessed with work, yelling at his son all the goddamn time. Yeah. Not letting him do what he wants to do. Yeah.
His glory days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I can relate. I think
a lot of young black men can relate.
especially young black men our age, because
Yes.
our age, our dads are Like, this movie took place in the 50s,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the 1950s.
and he was a grown-ass man in the 50s. So for my dad would be the son in this movie.
Right. Yeah.
And he had, and towards the end of the movie, Viola Davis's character says, you act just like your father, like you're going to turn into him. And I feel like that old school mentality kind of stopped with the generation before us.
Yes, I agree.
Our dads, our dads kind of act like Denzel Washington's character in this film because that's all they knew, right?
Right. Yeah, I mean, and of course we're going to get into it, but you can see that sort of transition between, and it's a stark contrast between Troy, who's Denzel Washington's character, Troy, and his two sons, right? Like, you have one son who's like, I have a chance to go to college and all this other stuff,
Right.
and then the other son is an artist, basically, right? Like, he's a musician.
Yeah.
So he's like, this is the most important thing to me. Where Denzel Washington's generation is like, you better learn to fix a car or something. Like, get a real job. And that is such a stark contrast between those two generations, right? And I mean, I certainly saw that in my dad's generation. Absolutely. So it is a wildly familiar bit of dialogue in this movie. Like, just large swaths. I'm like, I didn't know George, my father, was doing plays.
Old friend.
Yeah, turns out, like, and it's just like you can just see it. It's super weird.
It's interesting because my parents are young, probably younger than yours.
Yeah,
Like my mother, she's 50.
Right.
Like 53. She's born in 65.
yeah,
Father was born in like 63. So they wouldn't necessarily be this generation, or like your fathers are like in their 60s.
Oh yeah, my dad's like 66. My mom's like
my dad is in the
63.
70s now.
Oh yeah, so there's like a 20-year difference.
Yeah,
Like my parents were a little bit less like this.
they were sort of in the mid grade.
They weren't this hardcore. Like my
Right.
father, he wasn't this hardcore. He had those traits because his father was just like that, but he was a little more lenient.
Yeah,
He wasn't like, look, nigga, like
Right.
this is what it is. Like,
Call me a nigga to my face. God damn.
it's like Jesus Christ, dog.
I'm just telling you. I'll point them out as they show up in the movie. I'm like,
if he was like super pissed off, but so I couldn't necessarily relate. But I do have friends who have fathers like that I used to hang around and like, yeah,
got it.
it is what it is.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
It's wild, man. Like, just in seeing this movie in the theaters, there was just a moment. I'm just like, did they get this from my life? It's like, it was bizarre. I mean, there are bizarre moments. I'm like, I have heard my father say that exact fucking line. It is super crazy, and it would be time wise, that would be about right.
Yeah.
So he would have been much like Michael said, he would have been the son to Denzel
Right.
Washington's character, right? So that age. So again, we all think it's great. Go see this fucking movie.
It's a
Just
5
watch
out of
it.
5.
So absolutely support it. And we didn't talk about Viola Davis, who is exceptional in this film.
She won an Oscar for this movie.
She should have.
Yeah.
And it was funny because when it came up to like Oscar time or whatever, I figured Denzel was probably not going to win, not because he didn't deserve it, but because of the year and all the people and the buzz about other movies that I
Just
thought
bullshit,
were less.
It was bullshit.
No, I agree.
Casey Affleck won that year.
Yeah, he
Manchester
should
was
have
about to see, and he shouldn't have won. But
Right.
whatever.
But that being said, I figured Denzel Washington, unfairly or not, probably wasn't going to win. I would have been livid if Viola Davis didn't win for this.
so
Absolutely deserved it.
So at first, when the film community was categorizing Viola Davis as best supporting actress,
Mm-hmm.
Denzel Washington was upset because she's not a supporting actress; she's a lead actress in this film.
Yeah.
But Viola Davis said, "No, it's fine because if I'm supporting actress, there's a better chance that
Right,
I
that I'm
would
gonna
win."
win,
Right, and she did. So look,
But you know what? And it's funny. As much as I can understand that whole, like, is she best lead actress or best supporting? Nothing about her character isn't. Her entire motivation is driven by Denzel Washington's character. She has no independence in the movie. You know what I mean?
and she
So-
calls it out. She calls it out in the movie.
Right. So it actually, as much as I hate to admit it, it actually makes sense for her to be best supporting because she never has a chance. When does she have any scenes without Denzel Washington in it? She doesn't.
He's dead.
No, yeah.
Right. Spoiler alert, he dies. But like that's the only time. But even those scenes are driven by his death.
Yeah,
right?
by
like,
his death and like
the ghost of Denzel Washington still like
that's what the fuck the son said. It's like every fucking room I'm in, this nigga's right behind me.
He's
Can't
there.
stand that motherfucker.
He's right there.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, it actually kind of makes sense for her to be best supporting. But you know, that's just the way the story's written. Okay, so the film opens up with Troy Maxson, played by Denzel Washington, and his buddy Jim Bono, played by Stephen Henderson, and they are both garbage men. And again, this is like 1950s America, and they do a good job of keeping the story small. So it's like they're only like 4 or 5 set pieces. It's like in the house, out back of the house, them walking up to the house, and like.
And there's like a scene in a bar.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So like 6, right? You know, it is not a
pretty
lot.
much it.
And then them like, you know, at the place where they pick up their check or whatever. So they're talking about how Troy is having this conversation about how he had gone to his boss and asking like, why is it that all the black people are like lugging the garbage and putting in the truck and there are no black drivers? And so he's kind of slightly afraid, and he doesn't want to really admit it, that he might get fired for it. And he's got this big meeting with like the commissioner of, you know, waste management or something to talk about this, like coming up later in the week. So that's kind of this looming thing that's going on in the background. Then we get an interesting conversation between Troy and Bono about how Bono is noticing Troy is like eyeing up this woman who's in town. And he's like, you know, Troy is such an interesting character because he never can admit to being wrong about anything.
Like, I gave him a drink.
He was like, I have all the women. He's like, never let him tell you, Jordan, I have the women. Like, I'm like, yo, that's my fucking dad. Like, holy shit. Like, he just is. I wish I didn't hate him so much. I would have this nigga on the show and I'd be like, yo, please just tell these dudes, man.
Explain.
Yeah, like,
Explain your sentiment, your mindset, please.
Yeah, like it's fucking sad. And terrible. So then we get, and this is where you really know it's a play. You get almost like this soliloquy for 3 or 4 minutes of Troy and Bono going back to Troy's house, them picking up a bottle of gin, them drinking the gin, talking to Rose, who is played by Viola Davis, Troy's wife, and like him going on about like how he could have been in the major leagues in baseball and how he fought the death and like this whole like crazy
5 minutes
story
of just him talking. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ!
Right.
I couldn't even I would never be able to remember that kind of dialogue.
It's
Yeah,
like
I couldn't do it.
Where the fuck is the spotlight? Like just darken everything around you, put the spotlight on,
holding
and
a
then
skull.
right.
Yeah. But he delivers the shit out of these lines, and it just it starts to show you the type of character he is. Right, he is all consuming. Like he literally sucks up the spotlight from everybody else.
Like he's the center of attention wherever he goes.
Yeah. And
do you think this is his best performance? Like beside
Lori?
Besides Training Day,
Malcolm X. Besides Malcolm X, would you put this as?
I like this a little better.
I was gonna say, yeah. I think this because again, there's not a lot to lean on. It's just him.
Yeah.
A lot of it is it's just like, get the fuck off the stage. Denzel's talking, and that's a lot of what the movie is.
He did the play 114 times.
God damn.
So he knows.
He knows the fuck he's
he knows his character.
My mother actually went to see it when it was out here.
Oh, really?
Back. Yeah.
With him or
With
because
him. Yeah, he was in.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's awesome. I really wish I had seen the first version, which was with
Darth Vader.
yeah, thank you. You're not home. James Earl Jones. This is CNN.
This is my wooden fence.
But I've seen clips of it, and he's actually even more terrifying in parts than Denzel Washington comes
He's
across
got that
too.
fucking
He's
voice.
got that big ass voice.
and he's a
menace.
big light-skinned menace. Oh, he is. But he's also a big guy,
Yeah.
right? And he's just looming over his son. It's like, sorry, dog. Like, I didn't know I wasn't supposed to say light. But yeah, so you get in this moment, you get this idea of Troy. You also see Troy. He is overly doting on Rose. Like he is just like, this woman is the greatest wife ever. You know, and anybody like that, I'm always like, that doesn't seem. Something seems a little off. I never trust people who are like that. I'm like, okay, so you're clearly fucking someone else. Like, just calm down. It's cool. You could just be like, oh, it's my wife. She's a great person. You know, oh, she's the most amazing person. Here's some flowers. Like, all right, calm down. Again, my father. So, you know, she is having him build this fence around their backyard. And that is sort of the crux of the story, right? Why is she doing this? His relationship with his son and his relationship with Rose, in reference to that, in reference to sort of keeping them together as a family, right? So that's sort of the big point. But you know, there's all this dialogue about how Denzel Washington is, you know, has been a guy who was kind of screwed out of being a professional baseball player, and like the sort of like my bygone years, I could have been this major baseball player. I could have been great and all this other stuff.
Yeah, the character is so interesting and so unique, and because he's bitter, so you feel for him, right? But and you know, he's gone through like real hardcore racism, right?
Right. So, look, in the words of Chris Rock, there's nobody more racist than old black men because they have seen some shit.
Right. Like he's really seen shit, and it's like, all right, and he's tough on his son, right? And I understand that because he lives in a world. He grew up in a world where fucking white people were killing black people because it was Tuesday, right? And so he's tough on him, and everything that he's saying is making practical sense, right? But at the same time, like, this dude's an adulterer, and he is ruled by his emotions, and he doesn't think rationally at points, right? Like, and he's incredibly selfish.
Yeah.
Oh, he could give a like, for all of his bluster. It's really kind of funny because with this movie, I almost don't want to go through it in order. I just want to like kind of just talk about it because like for all of his bluster, there isn't, you know, oh, I'm helping the family, I'm providing, I'm putting food on the table, I'm bringing home a sack of potatoes and a bucket of lard and all this shit. I mean, like, that's literally things that he says. Like, with all of that and this, like, I'm sacrificing for this family, he is super fucking selfish on the things that truly matter, which is giving yourself emotionally to your family. Right? Like, yeah, anybody can, like, take a paycheck and, let me sign it over. Here's the money.
There you go.
But there is, like, he has this emotional wall up that he never lets down.
Right.
Well, he does, but not with anyone in his fucking family.
Right.
Ironically.
Not in his sanctuary, right? Like, you go home, that's supposed to be your sanctuary, man.
Right.
But he just, it's such an interesting character, man. Like, I didn't know how to feel at the end of the movie, right? Because it's like, and, you know, I bring my own issues to shit like this, right?
Of course.
And for every positive,
just screaming at the screen.
For every positive, there is, in my opinion, a negative.
Sure.
Which balances him out and makes him an incredibly interesting character. Like, he's sympathetic, but and yet not. And look, I mean, I guess part of that is the performance, right, by Denzel Washington. But most of it is the writing.
The writing is excellent, dude.
It
really is excellent.
It feels, the story feels so universal that I can't believe it. Like, this shit should be in a time capsule somewhere.
Right. Well, and you know that, and that's actually a good point. The story feels very universal. Do you think it feels universal to us, or do you think it's a universal story?
I think it feels universal. I think aspects of it feel universal to us, but well, I don't know. I don't know what white people do. I really don't.
Sorry,
I was about to say I don't know.
How do we know?
I don't.
Right.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, look,
black cinema. I don't give a fuck about white people.
Right. Look, white people. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, like, you all grew up to be Donald Trump and then just kind of fell down. You all started with an A and then fell. Whereas, we kind of got to work up to get our
We
A.
started, I would argue, with 2 strikes on us.
Right. You had a full count.
We had a full count.
You had to...
Couldn't let anything by. Why are we talking about baseball? What are you talking about? Jesus Christ. But I think that idea of it feeling universal to us is a big part of this story, right? There is something about Black fatherhood that is different, I think, than white fatherhood, right?
And,
he's literally trying to protect his son. He's talking about his son wants to play sports, right? His son wants to play football, but he doesn't want his son to play football. Part of it is because he played baseball and he kind of wants to be the guy who had the top,
right?
Like he's the top shit sports guy. And I think that's a sort of a very surface view of that relationship. But I think the bigger part of it is, and he mentions it once, like, I don't want him to get hurt doing this, right? Like physically hurt, because they didn't give a shit about me because I was Black, and they don't give a fuck if I get my, body gets ruined and all of that. They're not going to give a shit about you. And like, I think that is something that is uniquely a Black perspective. Like, don't trust these white folks just with all the money and all the promise. They're not going to really do it for you.
Right.
So whether he's right or wrong is irrelevant, actually.
The second you prove to be unuseful to them, like, they're going to get rid of you.
Right.
Like,
and then
the
what are you going to have?
The second that horse breaks its leg, it's of no use to anybody.
Right.
Except for maybe
back
glue
and
makers.
shoot it.
Right.
When he said, "I don't want you to get hurt," do you think he meant physically?
I think he meant physically.
I think
I didn't necessarily get physically, because I don't know. I just didn't like his character. I just didn't think he meant physically.
What did you think?
Like, I thought he meant, like, I don't want you to get hurt by, like, you're going to be riding the bench. Like, I guess he could have meant both ways, but I didn't get physical from what he was talking about, because he kept saying, I could have won the major leagues, but I'm Black. And I played against far better people in the Negro League, whatever the fuck league he played in.
Yeah, he was in the Negro League.
Yeah, than the people are in the major leagues. And he never talked about, like, physical injury. So that's why I never thought about...
No, that's a good point.
So I figured he was just thinking, I don't want you to be like, you're good, and I don't want you to say try out and not make it, or actually try out and then you're Black, so they're not going to let you play at all. Right. Which is basically what he was saying in the beginning. He was like, yeah, I'm just sitting on the bench.
Yeah, they
got a whole bunch of Black people, but they're not playing because they're Black.
Yeah. So what's the point?
So what's the fucking point? Just go out and get a real job.
Right, and it's funny because Troy's character also might have the wherewithal and the sort of foresight to see that, right? And he might be right. I mean, who knows? Because we never get to that point to find out. But at the same time, he doesn't see past his own nose, because he doesn't see that his son has an opportunity to go to college.
Right.
Which is the far bigger issue.
Bruh, I got really good grades. I need to keep my grades up to play. It's going to be very difficult for me to work at fucking the Piggly Wiggly or where the fuck he was working at.
Pick and save.
Keep my grades up and play football at the same time. It's like, I got to do one or the other.
Right.
And I guess he wanted, like, he was still in high school.
But he was being recruited to North Carolina
to go to college.
Yo, if I was my son, I'd be like
56.
Be like, nigga, you better go.
Right.
Go.
Right.
Let's
like, oh, you mean you're not gonna be in the house no more? Fuck out.
Yeah. Bye.
Right.
I gotta blast a hole through forever. It's one of the greatest lines of all time.
Dude. Like, I fall down on you and I try to blast a hole into forever. I'm like, Jesus, nigga, like, take it easy. Like, really?
Yo,
okay.
I was crying the first time I heard that line, dude. It's one of the like I felt like people didn't get the gravity of how fucking good that line is, dude. It's excellent. August Wilson fucking nailed it. It was so good. But then at one point we meet Troy's estranged son from a previous relationship, Lyons Maxon, who's played by Russell Hornsby. This guy was okay. He was okay. And again, it might be a little unfair. Like, if, hey, your first big breakout role, you got to fucking be next to two of the best Black actors, I don't know, ever. So maybe you don't come off as great. I'd have to see that guy in other things. It's a little unfair to throw this guy to the fucking lion's den. No pun intended. But he's a musician, and what I assume is a jazz musician, which later on, Troy refers to, he's like, I don't like to listen to that Chinese music. I was
like, what?
It's like, but black people live that.
I don't know what that means. Okay,
like,
you're done.
All right, you know what? That's fine. Sure. So he comes over to borrow. It's payday, and he comes over to borrow $10 from Troy. And it's funny because Troy is so good at going through like, hey, what's going on? Come sit down, have a drink with us. To like, yeah, nigga, I know what you want. Like,
right, I know exactly what you want, dog. No, it's not beating around the bush.
But the fucked up thing is, I'm like, I was thinking about it when I was watching the first time. Like, I was thinking about it in 2017 terms. Like, who cares? I'm borrowing $10.
Like,
and
no,
then
this is 1956.
Right, but then he goes, see, this is my whole check. It's $76. I'm like, 1/7 of his check goes to you. Get the fuck out of here. Get a real job. I was on Troy's. I was like, fuck out of here, dude. Nah, dog. Ask for $2. Get the fuck out of here, dude. $10?
Right.
Yo, I was like, that's a lot of money,
I'd have
dude.
told him to get the fuck out of my face, dog.
And he comes every week.
76? Like,
no.
nope. Nah, bro.
They ain't paying you at the jazz bar. Come on, man. Come on, dog. Like, get out of here. But yeah, I thought that was really, really quite fucked up. I was like,
but he gave it to him.
He did anyway. So
that's that whole thing. I gave you money. That's my good deed for the day.
Well, and it also allows him to hold something over him.
Yeah, because he wasn't necessarily there for his son.
No, which
At
his
all.
son absolutely pointed out. Like, you don't know how I was raised because you weren't there. I was like,
well,
no. I was like, nigga, you got 2 strikes against you. You got full count. Don't do it. Like, don't do it. Like, dude, it always seemed like Denzel Washington could just flip out at any time.
Yeah, he was like a fucking horror villain.
Yeah, he was
at
just
points.
like, yeah, I'll fucking kill you. It's like, I am crazy. Like,
And the character in the son even says that, right? Like, he's like they always felt like they were walking on eggshells.
Yeah.
Because whenever he was walking in the house.
What was he gonna say? What was he gonna do?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's weirdly familiar.
Yeah, that's oddly familiar. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we're gonna get some like personal therapy out in this episode, but there is okay. I will say this: none of us are fathers, but there is something to be said about our father's generation of black men and having to deal with what they dealt with, coming up in a time where blackness was like, it was like really assured as to what blackness was when he was a kid, right? Like when his son is like, it's 1950s, black people over here, white people over here, you know what I mean? Like, but as he grew up in let's say his son is 18 at the time, right? Like basically close to the 1960s. By like the 80s, your dad was probably like, what the fuck is going on in this country? Like, everything is crazy. He lived through the 70s, which would have been like college age. Like, they have seen a world that changed more rapidly than any generation of black people ever. Besides the people who were like living in Africa and then were slaves. Like, you know, within 5, I mean, their lives completely changed. Like from decade to decade, they were just hard changes, right? You know, I mean, it's like, if you were a black person in 1930s, by the time the 1950s came around, it wasn't
not
that different. It was like, they got cars now.
We still hate you.
Right, like they got cars now. Like, oh, we can work together. I mean, I still work for you, but we together, kinda. But like now,
white only fountains and shit. Okay, fine, whatever.
Right, but like this idea of like from the early 1960s to like when you were born in the 80s. That's a crazy amount of change, dude. That's a crazy amount. So you can imagine why especially black fathers at that time, were fucking lunatics. It's just like, what the fuck is going on? I don't get it. Like, it used to be this, now it's that. Like, white people marrying black people. I don't know what the hell's going on. Black people on TV and shit. Shit's crazy. There are TVs now. Like, this is crazy, man. It's just a wild time in American history, especially I think for black fathers and black mothers, you know, more than anything, like trying to protect their kids in a world that they literally couldn't keep up with. Yeah. Like, it just was changing so rapidly. And you see a lot of that in Troy's character as well. But so Corey, Troy's youngest son, and that is Rose's son as well, is, like we talked about, is like being recruited to play football for a college, I think in North Carolina, I think they say once. And like Terrence mentioned, like Troy's like, no, fuck that.
Like, come on, yo, that's fucked up. Like,
yeah. But he has such a small world mentality. But I mean, as you know, it's like you get it because the guy's terrified that his son is going to, you know, throw his all into this thing and basically end up like him.
Right. Yeah.
He didn't even want to let him. He didn't even want to let him try. Like, goddamn.
And the funny thing is, for all, again, this is what makes Troy such a compelling character. For all of his bluster, he's afraid.
Yeah.
That's what it really is. He's not only afraid for himself to let go of his son, but he's also afraid for his son, which I think happens to a lot of black parents. Like, I don't want you traveling nowhere. I don't want you, because they're terrified because they think something's going to happen, or you know, we're going to be put into a situation where you're, you know, quote unquote, standing in the same place for 18 years. Yeah.
Do you think that makes parents care more or less about their kid, right? Because you have certain people, you have certain classes that they don't give a fuck what their kids do. Like, hey, I want to go travel and see the world. All right, bye. Or, hey, I'll just let you do whatever you want or learn however you want.
Right.
And there's no need for this rigid structure. Like, do you think that there is that those parents care more about their kids because they're doing it differently? Do you think they care less because they're not? Like, children,
they're not harping over
right? Children, young people need structure, whether or not they want it or not. Like, they need it
to a degree. Yeah.
To a degree.
Sure.
But, or do you think it's just, you're going to take the cop-out answer and just be like, well, it's just different?
Well, I would argue that it, you know, you take the crookeds with the straights, right? But I'm going to take the cop-out answer. I think there are parents who absolutely just like don't give a shit and just like go whatever. But I also think I think you can sometimes care so much that you hinder your children.
Yeah.
Like like helicopter parents are just like, you know, they're like fucking right over you. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, that makes for people who have like crazy anxiety and they can't, they don't know. Like, one of the things my wife teaches college age students, right? And a lot of her students are students of like helicopter parents, right? And they have more anxiety than she's seen in the past with like younger, you know, like years before, because their parents never let them like make mistakes. And like, so they get a B on a test and they're just like, how can I make up extra credit? And I'm like, nigga's a B, calm down.
You fucking passed.
Yeah, like calm down. It's not like a C, you didn't just make it. You did very well. Or like, I got an A, but how do I get an A plus? Because their parents are just like, you know, you have to be perfect, and you know, you're over top of them all the time. I think it's a positive thing to let your kids, hey, I want to go travel the world. Go. But at the same time, like, give a fuck. Like, call.
Right.
Like, don't just leave. Look, when my wife and I were in Chile recently, we ran into this black chick, and it sucks because she was really annoying, but she was, and she just had kind of an annoying, like, whiny sort of personality, but like a nice person though. But she was in her 20s. I think she was like 24, young black chick, 24, from Philly, and clear
problem, eh?
Well, all right, yeah, that's true. All right. But her parents, she wanted to travel to 30 countries before she was 30 years old.
All right. And
she had already been to like 17 or 20. And she was like 24 years old. She went to pay, like we were doing this like excursion type of thing. She went to pay. I shit you not. She had an American Express black card.
Jesus.
It's because her parents had fucking money. And her parents were like, go see the world. So like at this, look, what, like, I think that's pretty cool. It sucks that you raised a fucking bitchy daughter, but like, at least you didn't win all of them, you know, but
she's rich.
Right. But at the same time, they wanted her to see the fucking world. I think that's pretty fucking cool. It changes your perspective. If you could, look, if I had the money to have an American Express black card, I would be like, yes, go do shit.
If I had the money to have an American Express black card, I'd be somewhere else in the world right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't be on this show. Fuck y'all. Fuck out of here. Time to sell out. Gone. This show had 109 episodes. That's it. It was great while it lasted. I do this show from the beach.
Right. Yeah. Yep. Not a super hot beach because heat fucking sucks.
Yeah.
It's 120 degrees in Arizona.
No, it's not. That's not the beach.
It's not the beach, but like that's too hot. But to your point, I think, like you said, children need structure. I think if you are a good parent and you give your children structure throughout those formative years, they'll be fine. Like you don't have to hover over your children. Like I wish I would have traveled the world younger. I had no money to do so, but
yeah,
like just let you go to NASA. I mean,
like let you
don't act like that's not where you want to go.
Let your children.
We've already been.
I've been
right.
Twice.
Like let your children do what they want to do. Like not necessarily do. Like I
mean, not bounds of reason.
Right. Let them make mistakes.
Yeah.
So that's the type of parent I think I would probably end up being.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just have them like. I'm not gonna treat my child like an asshole. Like,
yeah, I'm not gonna call my son a nigga to his face.
I mean, I might.
I mean, because it all depends on what they did.
I mean, because that's just a word in my vocabulary that I use all the time. I call everybody a nigga. And he just got to get used to it. I don't know, but
you're gonna be fine.
You'll be fine. Whatever. Don't let these white people do it though.
Yeah, I'll stand for that shit. I raised you like that.
Yeah, you just raise them right, and then like if they want to travel the world, but like you said, care.
Yeah,
like,
I'm
gonna call them,
give a shit. Man.
You have to give a shit.
I'll call you, or you call me when you get to where the fuck you are. Just so I know.
I do that shit every time I go somewhere. I let my mother know when I'm out to leave,
right?
When I land, and I even called her from Paris. Just be like, hey. We in Paris. We doing it up. Now I gotta hang up because this shit just cost $100.
Right.
I'll see you in a couple days.
Right. Here's an email. No, I do the same thing. It doesn't matter where I'm traveling to, with or without my wife. I text my mom.
Yep.
When I'm on the plane, getting ready to take off.
My sister doesn't do that. She doesn't understand that though. And she's about a decade younger.
She ain't raised her, right?
She's about a decade younger.
She's second kid. They was just like, I don't know. Hey, whatever.
Yeah, she doesn't get that. And when they're like, well, we just want to know you okay. Like, she's like, I'm fine. Like, just...
Yeah, you got to let them know.
Like, come on,
just let me know you're fine.
Just send them a text message. You ain't even got to call.
You don't have
now.
to call, right. I hate talking on the phone. I just text. I'm here. Landed. Yeah, look, I mean, it is really funny. You're absolutely right. Like, when I called my mom from fucking South America, of course, I was smart. I used Wi-Fi calling.
Yeah.
That shit is free. Thanks, hotel.
Like I actually do that with everybody. Like if I know you, if you're like a family member or somebody that I care about, and you're going out of the country or some shit like that, I'm like, send me a text. Just let me know you're all right.
Yeah.
Like
exactly. Look, because I don't know.
Right. I don't know what the fuck. Just let me know you're alive.
That's it. That like how many times I've heard my mom say, just let me know. I need to hear your voice. Let me know that you are alive. I'm alive. All right.
I just want proof of life.
Yeah, right. Like a ransom note. Put him on the phone. I'm here. Yeah, it's absolutely true. And it's funny. I don't even. Yeah, I mean, you want to talk about this? I think is a very black thing. I don't even leave. My parents live 40 minutes away. I don't go to, and I'm going to my mom's house tonight. We don't leave my mom's house and get home at night and not text and be like, yeah, we're home.
We made it home.
We do. We do.
I get it.
Yeah, fuck that.
It's a thing, man.
Yeah. Do white people do that?
I don't have to worry about the cops.
White people don't care about that.
Yeah, I feel like that's what it is. That's what it is.
Yeah.
They got less to worry about.
Yeah. We'll be fine. Yeah. Are you drunk, high? Go ahead. You'll just drive on home. You'll be all right. Everything will work out for you. Probably get you an award.
Right. The Armitages aren't fucking going after white people.
Yeah, that's true.
Like they just
no one's trying to pick you up for the coagula. Like, you're fine. But yeah, no, I still do that, which is really really interesting. I remember when my wife and I started dating, and she didn't do that. Like she left my house like really late and went home, and I was like, "Are you home?" And she was like, Yeah.
Like,
All right, like, what the fuck, dude? Like, look, you're dating a black man now. Like, this is a part of what the fuck goes on. You need to check the fuck in.
That's fucking funny. Yeah. Same shit. Like,
where are you? I need to know, man. Nah, fuck that.
Right.
You look, you don't want me out 2 a.m. with fucking house shoes, looking crazy, knocking on your goddamn door. You home? You ain't pick up.
You fucking do. Like, look,
I need you.
I just need to know that you're
Right.
fine.
You bring your ass all the way over there, and then just to check out, and then be like, all right, I'll let you know when I get back.
And respond to my text. Make sure you got it. Like, look.
I was like, I was asleep. Sorry.
Yeah. And you know what? That was the response I got, and I was not pleased about it. I was like, check in. Check in. Always. And she knows now. She knows. So you know, there is a moment in this movie where Corey is, and this is one of the moments that's like played in the trailers a lot. Corey is having a conversation with Troy about, like, you know, Troy's like just giving him a hard time, and like they had a funny conversation about like buying a TV instead of like retarring a roof.
TV's $200. I was on Troy's side. Sorry.
Yeah, $75 a week.
Something like $200.
Like out of here.
He was like, you can put it on layaway. You don't have to. He was like, I don't want to owe anybody anything. And I was like, you know what, Troy, I might be an old black man from the 1950s too. I don't want to owe you for shit. Like you said, once I get $200 clear, I will buy that TV. And that's how I operate. I don't like credit. I don't like that shit. I don't trust it. It's the devil. So they have this conversation, and Troy just really kind of treats young Corey like shit. Like, he's very dismissive of him, period. Just like, nigga, just get out of my face. Like, I ain't got time for you. And Corey asks him a very important question. So here you go.
Can I ask you a question?
The hell you got to ask me, Mr. Stewicki, the one you got the questions for.
How come you ain't never liked me?
Like you? Who the hell said I got to like you? What law is there say I got to like you? Want to stand up in front of my face and ask a damn fool-ass question like that? Talking about liking somebody. Come here, boy, when I talk to you. Straighten up, goddammit. I asked you a question. What law is there say I got to like you?
None.
All right, then. Don't you eat every day? Answer me when I talk to you. Don't you eat every day?
Yeah.
Nigga, as long as you in my house, you put a sir on the end of it when you talk to me.
Yes, sir.
You eat every day.
Yes, sir.
Got a roof over your head.
Yes, sir.
Got clothes on your back.
Yes, sir.
Why you think that is?
Because of you?
Hell, I know it's because of me. But why do you think that is?
Because you like me?
Like you. I go out of here every morning. I bust my butt putting up with them crackers every day because I like you. You're about the biggest fool I ever saw. It's my job. It's my responsibility. A man is supposed to take care of his family. You live in my house, fill your belly with my food, put your behind on my bed because you're my son. Not because I like you, because it's my duty to take care of you. I owe a responsibility to you. Now let's get this straight right here and now before I go along any further. I ain't got to like you. Mr. Rand don't give me my money come payday because he like me. He give it to me because he owe me. Now I don't give you everything I got to give you. I give you your life. Me and your mama worked that out between us, and liking your black ass wasn't part of the bargain. Now don't you go through life worrying about whether somebody like you or not. You best be making sure they're doing right by you. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Then get the hell out of my face and get on down to that A&P.
Yeah, so that's one of the pinnacle sort of moments between Corey and Troy.
What do you think about that scene?
You know, it's one, my father. Two, like it's one of those moments where you can't help but understand Troy's point, right? Like, I'm not doing these things because I just like it. Like,
right.
What the better response would have been, it's because you're my son and I love you. Not because I owe you. Nigga, it's not a job. Like,
right. Like, I don't
obligated. Fine, I have to deal with my son.
Like, but that's how he treats it.
That's how he treats
Like
it.
it's like, well, I had sex and I had you, so fuck. I got to take responsibility for your black ass for 18 years.
I had a
Get the
oopsa
fuck
baby, and now all of a sudden I gotta take care of your black ass for 18 years. Like, all right,
Yeah, that's
God
how
damn, yo. Like, I mean, I want, like, my dad didn't tell me he loves me throughout, growing up, or that he was proud of me for doing a bunch of shit until recently. But at
Isn't
the
that
same
funny,
time,
by the way?
yeah.
It takes that long.
It
It takes
37 years.
right. It takes.
Hey,
it takes
nigga, you know I'm proud of you, right?
half
Like,
my life to be like, oh, I couldn't say the word.
he's just like,
And that's one thing that he never said that shit.
really?
Yeah, that's one thing. Like, I love you, but I remember the first time I ever heard him say that shit. That was 2006.
Right.
That was fucking 10 years ago. Yeah.
I laugh, but I don't think I've ever heard it.
Right.
That's the thing, man. I was fucking 25 years old. And I remember exactly because I had gone to New York because I had to help my grandmother basically rebuild her basement.
Yeah.
And I was like doing the drywall and everything, painted and all that shit. And he came to the house and he saw it because I was working with a bunch of Mexicans too. It was weird. It was a weird situation. But I bet
they did a good job, though.
an excellent job.
The
But he
studio
came
brought
through.
to you by immigrant labor.
But he came. He came up to New York and was about to go back home, and he saw the job that we had done, and he almost broke down because
It's his mom,
right? And I was just sitting there, I'm done, I'm ready to go the fuck home, and he fucking said, "I love you," and he gave me a hug, and that's literally the first time I think that was the first time I ever heard him say that shit.
Wow.
Like, that's how powerful that shit is. You knew
I
exactly
remember.
the exact situation. Like, people don't remember shit from 10 years ago that don't affect them. You know what I mean?
Also, I just think it's hilarious that the love between a father and son was cemented around drywall. I just find that to be hilarious.
That's fucking funny. It's basically
He was like, man, this manual labor is on point, son. Get over here. Give your old man a hug, goddammit.
But you know what? Because it's something that he can relate to, right?
It's something he
Well,
can
no,
see.
not necessarily because he's a fucking computer programmer.
Oh, all right. Well, never mind then.
Well, it must have been a great job you did.
It was pretty good.
But it
Or
was
that you paid the Mexicans to do.
Nah, I ain't no money paying them niggas. But I put in a lot of work. I actually did put quite a bit of work in with them dudes. There was like two of them. But they can do quite a bit, clearly.
It's only one.
and threw in some stairs for free.
Right.
Like, all right, I got 15 minutes till I'm off break. Let me throw up these
Throw
stairs
these
real
goddamn
quick.
stairs up in 25 minutes.
He's the greatest person I've ever met. That dude is a superhero. I can fucking imagine this. Stop hating on Latino folks, dude. They're
Yeah, please
amazing.
stop. They're fucking geniuses.
Yeah, they are. Super racist.
My dad, he I don't want this to come off like he was some sort of monster. He's not. He's
No,
a
your
good
dad's
dude.
a nice
I just appreciate it now that I'm gone.
Right, that makes sense.
Like it's something about two men being in the same place. Like, you eventually will butt heads, and it's like, and now he appreciates me because I'm not there, because he's surrounded by estrogen all day, and I appreciate him for what he did in trying to raise me. But he gave me something like that. He wrote, like, I did something stupid, right? Like, I got caught stealing or some shit.
Like it's a fucking thief.
and I got in trouble, and he gave me this piece of paper, and I'll never forget the first words of the paper. It was like just a handwritten paper, and it was
I'll never forget this.
and the shit said, "I'm not your pal, I'm not your buddy, I'm not your friend, I'm your father." And it goes on to saying that's much more, it means much more to me to just I'm not the nigga that you just hanging out with.
Right.
Basically, don't worry about whether or not I like you. I love you, and I'm telling you things because you're too stupid to know what it means yet.
Well, and it was funny because did he make you, or did you?
He made me put that shit up on the wall next to the light switch. So I had to see it.
No, that shit was there from the time he gave him that letter till the day Micah moved out.
Yep.
How old were you when you moved out of your parents'
26.
When did he give you that?
Oh man,
You had to be
before.
you had to be like 14 or 15.
Yeah, because I stopped stealing. I stopped stealing like somewhere in high school. So yeah. I got that shit.
Which
I had that
which
shit up
I
there
don't
for a
approve of,
long
by the way.
time. Yeah. Okay.
I was not
Okay.
involved.
Yeah, not involved whatsoever. No, fuck that. The statute of limitations is over. You was on you benefited from that shit.
I don't know what you're talking about. my 300 plus DVDs. Yeah, buddy. Woo, we used to go to work on Kmart. Get the fuck out of here. We had a Ocean's 11. It was Black
It was
Ocean's
good,
2.
man. It was good. And then
Somebody
I fucking talked to the wrong person. I had an accomplice. And that accomplice brought somebody else in,
See,
and then that was
fucked up
it.
the whole goddamn-
Fucked it up. You fucked it up, Kenny, by bringing in that fucking other guy in, man.
Fucked up the whole operation.
Fucked up the whole operation, man.
That shit was amazing. Yeah, you just knocked your good job. But you know that whole moment of you actually remembering 10 years ago.
Yeah.
When your dad said it. That's incredible. Yeah, I don't think I ever heard my dad say it. Not ever.
Yeah, it's not something.
Like, I love these chicken wings. I love going to Lexington Market. I love my Corvette. But I never heard that nigga say, I love you. Absolutely not. But that being said, my stepdad, absolutely. Like, but and it's all, and my mom, like all the time, right? But it's interesting because, like, meeting my wife, her parents, they say it all the time. Like, her dad is like, hey, like, it's not a big deal.
Right.
And I'm like, wow, is this what it's like? You love your kids in the open and shit? Like,
Yeah.
what kind of shit is
I
this?
don't know how often my mother says that shit. I don't remember my mother saying it either.
Really?
Yeah.
We don't say it often.
Yeah,
My mom
rarely say it.
Yeah, my mom would be like, all right, love ya. Like just to
Yeah, that's how my mother does it. I love you.
just try to
give a hug. I love you. Love
Yeah.
you too, Mom.
Again, I didn't even get that from him. Not even like, love you, son. Like, no.
No, I get that.
Hey, you all right.
You good?
Yeah. All right. You know.
You know. You know. Like, come on, dog. Like, give me a little something. God damn.
And that's kind of fucked me up because I don't say it often either.
There you go.
I don't say it that much. Like if I say it, I mean that shit.
You got tears in your eyes and shit. I love you. I do.
Yeah. Like if you hear me say I love you, that means I really mean that shit. Because I don't say it that often.
And if you don't ever hear it, fuck you then. there's no
in between.
There's no medium.
There's no
for
gray
that.
area.
You know what this is.
You know what this is. You know how I feel about you, girl. Like, no, I don't. That's why I'm asking. Like,
Oh,
yeah,
well,
it's fine.
you get it.
You're gonna be all right. Stop crying. But yeah, I like you scene is just I just think it's actually really stellar. It is that thing. I actually am curious. I would argue that it's probably not uncommon in other communities that happens too, right? Like, because it's like, oh, I'm a dad. I gotta,
It's also just a man thing.
I can't be emotional and shit. Like, all right, just calm down. Yes, you can. It's fine.
Now, to that actual scene at the end when he says, "You just make sure people are doing right by you." Do you agree with that? Like, don't worry about if people like you or not. Just make sure they're doing right by you.
As a generality with people, or
Yeah.
like
'Cause
family,
that was everything else he said. I'm like, that's really fucked up, dog. But at the very end, I'm
Right.
like,
yeah. I mean, like if you're talking
Right.
about a generality
Right,
in life,
in
yes.
general, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Make sure
Yeah.
people are doing right by you, and if they're not, fucking call that shit out.
right.
I got no problem with
You
that.
don't have to I don't have to be liked by everyone. I
Yeah.
personally
No.
give a fuck, but like, don't treat me like shit.
Yeah,
That's basically what
I don't like everybody. That is 100% true. I'm proud of that. There's some people I just fucking cannot stand. But I do have I have that slight affinity for I want people to like me. I do. Like if you don't, then fucking gloves are off. Trust me. if you don't like me, I'm not gonna be like, oh, but I really like you. No,
Nah, I don't do that. I don't do that shit.
Nah, I need reciprocity. If I don't get that, that's it. We're done. It's over forever. But no, I do. I still have that. Like, I get like slightly personally offended where people are like, yeah, I don't really like the show or something like that. I'm like I slightly freak out, right? So I do have that affinity, but yeah, I mean, I try to keep it in check.
Yeah.
Just because, like, you can't just let people just break your whole fucking day. Just because they're like, oh, I didn't like that thing you did.
My thing is, I don't, my personality, or lack thereof, like, I don't.
Weird.
It's very strange. Like, if someone doesn't like me, I kind of wonder, like, what the fuck did I do? But then I'm like, whatever.
No, I say, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like,
Yeah.
how can you not like me? Like, I'm a nice fucking guy.
Fuck you.
Like,
You know what? Yeah, you're right. What the fuck is wrong with them?
right, exactly.
Like,
You're the problem.
like I just find it curious when someone like, I didn't really like that dude that much. I'm like, I didn't really do anything for you to not like me.
right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to feel like
Bitch, you don't even know me. What the fuck?
See, that's what I'm saying. Okay, so we can all agree that we all have this.
we do have that.
I mean, I damn near need to be worshipped.
I was going to say, I know you're definitely not saying.
Well, I guess to a degree.
You absolutely do care.
To a degree, everyone cares.
Everyone cares.
Right.
Right.
But like,
if you don't, you're a sociopath.
you're a little crazy. But yeah, I just found that line at the end just to make sure people are doing right by you. I'm like I said, it's very weird when people just don't like me. But at the same time, when it gets down to it, like, I get to a point where I just don't care.
Yeah, if push finally comes to shove, right? Like, I'm not gonna let somebody's, stupidity for not liking me ruin my day. You know what I mean?
No, fuck that noise.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's just incredibly fascinating. So Corey basically decides that he's going to quit his part-time job and just do football, but he lies to Troy and says, "Oh yeah, no, I'm working at the same time, working the weekends and all this other shit." And there was a college recruiter coming to talk with Corey, but he needed Troy's permission because obviously Corey is underage.
Right.
And because Troy finds out about that Corey was lying to him, he basically says, "Nope, doesn't have my permission. Fuck that. He lied to me. Unacceptable." And then, of course, Corey finds out, and they have this big confrontation on the front lawn.
It wasn't necessarily a confrontation. Like, it was, but
It was a verbal confrontation.
Troy shut that shit down pretty quickly.
Yeah, he did. Like, I mean, in a lot of ways, Denzel Washington is a terrifying character.
Right, like I said, he's like a fucking horror movie.
You have any personal?
You imagine?
Your father's a pretty big dude. You know?
My dad is a big dude,
He's got that voice.
and he's got he's got like Mike, like, oh shit, like what the like?
What did I do?
chill? Right. Like there's a chill. Mike, come here, like ooh, like what the fuck is going on?
What did I do? God damn it!
Like, and it's that's not healthy to live in a house like that. But like, he's old and black. Like, he
A
don't.
lot of old black fathers raise their children with fear.
Right.
Like James Evans from fucking Good Times.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's pretty much.
Exactly.
absolutely.
So I don't know. My mom and sister got into a car accident recently, and they weren't worried about the accident more so as they were worried about how my father would react to the accident.
Jesus Christ.
Like, that's
Was it his car?
no, it was my mother's car, but like that's my dad. Like that's the culture that has been cultivated in the Payne household, and I don't think it's
Probably
it's
not
right,
for the
man.
best.
Yeah, that's
I
a
don't think
little
it's
weird. Like, oh, we got in a car accident.
Oh shit.
What's he gonna say? Like, what the fuck?
Right. Yeah.
Hi from daddy. Dad's coming home. Oh shit.
So,
Fix your broken leg. Don't let him know.
Yeah, that's kind of fucked up, man.
yeah, it is. But
I mean, is there a commonality between sort of black fatherhood and like ruling by fear?
Yeah.
I think that's sadly very
That's what
true.
it is. That's how like old.
I mean,
old,
obviously and that's not to say all
fathers.
black fathers, but I think that's sadly very
It's
common.
like they put the fear of God in you or some bullshit like that.
I mean, people
That's pretty
literally
much-
say that.
Yeah, that's what they.
I brought you in this world, I'll take you out. Like,
Yeah, like wow, dude. Like, all right,
You just said you were going to murder me.
right.
why are we acting like
But-
that's not a big deal?
Their parents said the same thing to them, you know.
Right.
So it's just like I feel like our generation, or like people that have children now, are like maybe the first that don't use those tactics as far as black families go.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
white people, they let their fucking kids do whatever the fuck they want, having temper tantrums in the store and shit.
Right.
Nah, yo.
Yeah, my mom's number one fucking line. She's like, "Wherever you embarrass me is where I embarrass you." That was it. She had to say nothing else.
But I think
I got my
finally
ass
now,
whooped in a KB Toys once because I wanted a GI Joe. Nope. Learn that lesson. Fucking
think I ever got
Ricerstown
beat.
Road Mall or Plaza, excuse me. Wore
I
my
think I
ass
got
out.
beat in public.
Oh, whew, yeah, buddy.
Did I?
Oh, no, it took once, twice.
I acted a fool in school once, but when I got home, I got whooped. They weren't gonna beat my ass in school. They would have called CPS.
Yeah, exactly.
right.
Call them. I beat their ass too.
Right. Fuck them. What they gonna do? They gonna take me away, mom. Like, oh, the fuck you?
She's like, good. Get on my goddamn nerves. They gonna take you for the weekend? Got shit to do.
I never got beaten in public. I think I would have preferred to get beaten in public.
So they can see. So they can see the aftermath.
So, my thought was, if I get beaten in public, it won't be
As bad.
that bad.
Right.
Oh.
I get beat within the privacy of our own home. Yeah, I've literally been beaten to the white meat. Like, I've had lashes that he got in trouble for, but I had lashes on my leg and I couldn't sit down. And this was fucking elementary school, yo. Like, this was fifth
We
grade.
beat the shit out of our kids, dude.
Yeah, man.
I don't find that acceptable at all.
That's abuse.
It is.
It's literally child abuse.
Yeah. So.
Black parents were like, they are so mad at the world. They're like, I'm gonna wear your little ass out. They're
Like, I'm doing this because I love you. It's like, I don't think that's true. I really don't think that's the truth.
the welts on my ass do not feel like love. They do not. Shit, man. I definitely got plenty of whoopings as a kid. Absolutely.
Yeah, I got a few.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I wasn't a terrible child.
Shit, neither was I. I
Yeah.
didn't think so.
Like,
I wasn't a
can
filthy
tell-
thief or
I
anything.
I mean, look, I'm not saying I didn't deserve those ass whoopings.
I can tell you, once I hit 6th grade, I absolutely deserved those ass women. Because I became a fucking asshole. I don't know what the fuck happens. Like, when you get to 6th grade as a boy, you become a dick.
Yeah.
Like, you're a fucking jerk. And, like, yeah, you kind of deserve it.
Oh yeah.
I don't get it.
Oh, I had look. Oh, some of those were well deserved. Well deserved. Absolutely. I'm like
Yeah.
the fact that I'm sitting here today is an amazing feat. But so it was alluded to earlier and like sprinkled in a couple times throughout the movie that Troy had sort of been talking to this other woman. And
Buying her drinks. Like,
But-
one drink is talking. Like, a couple drinks? That's more than I. That's what he
yeah,
said
I
in
was
the
like,
beginning. All right.
nope.
Make $76 a week.
I can't afford to buy you a
I'm not-
goddamn thing. Buy your own drink. I believe in equal rights. Buy me a drink, goddammit. Hauling this white people rubbish all day. I'm tired.
Rubbish.
But he, it's sort of talked about that he had been talking to this woman, Alberta. And Bono stops him and pulls him aside. And he's like, yeah, like, congratulations. Like, he became a driver and all this other stuff. And he's like, saw you went and told Alberta, like, right away.
What are you doing?
Like,
nigga?
and he basically kind of has that come to Jesus meeting with your best friend, which I think is important. Like, nigga, what are you doing? Like,
Right.
don't do this. And then Troy says, oh, tried to shake her loose, but now she's stuck on for good. And like the first time I watched it, I was just kind of like, oh, like he still wants to be with this woman or whatever. But I didn't realize what he meant. And then this pivotal scene comes up where he goes into the house and he tells Rose that not only has he been sleeping with this woman, Alberta, but she's pregnant. And it is the two times I saw this movie in the theater, literal audible gasps when he said that shit from people like, oh shit. Like, yo.
I saw it in theater with someone else, and we were watching it. And when he said that, we both were like, because we were kind of sympathetic for him a little bit, even the way he treated his son. But he was like, yeah, I'm sleeping with this other woman and she's pregnant. We were both like, well, fuck that nigga. I was like, well, that's game over. What the fuck? Come on, yo. Like,
it's 1956, though. Day comes.
I guess
he blasted a hole forever. He made it happen. So we had that scene, or part of that scene. This is a bit long, but it is absolutely worth listening to. So check this out.
Rose, I just can't make it go away. It's done now. I can't wish the circumstances of the thing away.
And you don't want to either. Maybe you want to wish me and my boy away. Maybe that's what you want. Well, you can't wish us away. I got 18 years of my life invested in you. You ought to have stayed upstairs in my bed where you belong.
Listen to me. We can get a handle on this thing. We can talk this out, come to an understanding.
Oh, son, it's we. Where was we at when you were down there rolling around with some godforsaken woman? We should have come to an understanding before you started making a damn fool of yourself. You're a day late and a dollar short when it comes to an understanding with me.
Rose, it's just that she give me a different idea. A different understanding about myself. I can step out this house and get away from the pressures and the problems. Be a different man. I ain't got to worry about how I'm gonna get the roof fixed or pay the bills. Or I can just be a part of myself I ain't never been before.
What I want to know is... What I want to know is, do you plan to continue seeing her? That's all you can say to me.
I can sit up in a house and laugh. You understand what I'm saying? I can laugh out loud, and it feels good. It reaches all the way down to the bottom of my shoes, Rose. I can't give that up.
Maybe you ought to go on and stay down there with her. Is she a better woman than me?
It ain't about nobody being a better woman or nothing, Rose. You ain't to blame. A man couldn't ask for a better wife than you've been. I'm responsible for it. I done locked myself into a pattern trying to take care of you all that I forgot about myself.
What the hell was I there for? That was my job, not somebody else's.
Rose, listen to me. I done tried all my life to live decent, to live a clean, hard, useful life. I try to be a good husband to you in every way I know how. Maybe I come into the world backwards. I don't know, but you're born with 2 strikes on you before you come to the plate. You got to guard it closely, always looking for the curveball on the inside corner. You can't afford a call strike. You can't let nothing get past you. If you're going down swinging. Everything lined up against you. What you gonna do? I fooled them, Rose. I bunted. When I found you and Corey in a halfway decent job, I was safe. Couldn't nothing touch me. I wasn't going to strike out no more. I wasn't going back to the penitentiary. I wasn't going to lie in the street with a bottle of wine. I was safe. I had me a family, a job. I wasn't going to get that last strike. I was standing on first base, waiting for one of them boys to knock me in to bring me home. Then I saw the gal, she firmed up my backbone. I got to thinking that if I tried, maybe I could steal second. You understand what I'm saying? I just wanted to steal second. I stood on first base for 18 years, and I thought, well, goddamn it, go on for it.
We ain't talking about baseball. We're talking about you going off and laying up with another woman and bringing her home to me. That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about no baseball.
You're not listening to me. I'm trying to explain it to you the best way I know how. It's not easy for me to admit that I've been standing in the same place for 18 years.
Well, I've been standing with you. I've been right here with you, Troy. I got a life, too. I gave 18 years of my life to stand in the same spot as you. Don't you think I ever wanted other things? Don't you think I had dreams and hopes? What about my life? What about me? Don't you think I ever crossed my mind to want to know other men that I wanted to lay up somewhere and forget about my responsibilities? That I wanted someone to make me laugh so I could feel good? You're not the only one who's got wants and needs, but I held on to you, Troy. I took all my feelings, my wants and needs and dreams, and I buried them inside you. I planted a seed and watched and prayed over. I planted myself inside you and waited to bloom. It didn't take me no 18 years to realize the soil was hard and rocky and it was never gonna bloom. But I held on to you, Troy. I held you tighter. You was my husband. I owed you everything I had, every part of me I could find to give you. And upstairs in that bedroom with the darkness falling in on me, I gave everything I had to try and erase the doubt that you wasn't the finest man in the world, and wherever you was going, I was going to be there with you because you was my husband. Because that's the only way I was going to survive as your wife. You're always talking about what you give and what you don't have to give. But you take too, Troy. You take and don't even know nobody's giving.
Okay, so there you go. That clip is, in a word, amazing. Like, it's just, it is a fucking masterclass in acting.
Yeah.
It really is. But let's talk about what they're actually talking about. Rose is such a sort of secondary character in this movie right up until this moment. And this is literally the halfway point in this movie.
Yeah, this is when the movie changes drastically.
Fucking drastically. And she becomes such a focus in a way, even when she's not on scene. Like, she becomes such a focus. Her response, Troy says, I've been standing in the same spot. It's hard for me to admit that I've been standing in the same spot for 18 years. And she says, I've been standing there right next to you the whole time. Like, she embodies what black women have dealt with black men, especially in this time frame. Like, dude, she was like, it didn't take me 18 years to figure out that, like you were saying offline, like, that you ain't shit. Like, but I stuck by you.
She literally said, she was like, look, I put everything I had into you, and it didn't take me 18 years to realize that this shit was a fruitless fucking venture. Yeah. Basically. But I'm your wife, and I'm sticking by you because that's what I'm supposed to do.
That's what you're supposed to do.
And that's what she did. And this nigga fucking got another bitch pregnant.
Yeah. I mean, she even says earlier, and it's not in that clip, but slightly earlier in that scene, she says, I could have expected this 5 or 10 years ago. Like, because you would have been like younger and, younger and dumber. But like,
nigga, you 53.
Like, come on, dog.
Come on, man.
Again, my father. Literally had a kid when he was like 60 something. Yeah.
God damn.
Jesus, man.
Still works.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, I got like a, I don't know, 12-year-old sister. I don't know her. I never met her.
You ever think to seek her out?
Nah, fuck that noise. You come seek me out. No, maybe. I sought out my sister from my dad's previous marriage.
That didn't work out, right?
No.
You remember you told us. No. Didn't work out too well.
No, man. Like, I cannot. I'm going to state this in the most serious way I can, because this is obviously being recorded and it will be online forever. You can go fuck yourself. For real. You're a piece of shit, and you're just like your piece of shit father. Y'all ain't worth a goddamn thing. You're not worth the paper you're printed on. Period. Yeah. I hate them, dude. I fucking hate them. Oh, Jay, you ever gonna make up with your father? I will go to your funeral when you're dead, nigga, to see it is verified. Fuck you, dude.
Proof of death.
That's all I need. That's all I need. Just lift his arm up. You're gone.
This
Cool.
is fucking WWE.
Oh shit, he's still on. No, dude, I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I don't. I cannot state that. Like, I'm not saying that shit for effect. I don't give a fuck about that shit. I don't give a fuck about them, dude. I don't. I literally reached out to my sister, who is significantly older than me. And she's probably 14, 15 years older than me. Mm-hmm. I reached out to her. I hadn't seen her since I was like 6. Keep in mind, she's a fucking adult. She never sought me out. I sought her out, right? Now, I seek her out. I message her, and I'm like, hey, holy shit, One, I know it's you because you look exactly like my fucking dad, except for with a fucking wig on. Like, you look exactly like him, which is unfortunate for her. But, sorry.
Fuck you and you ugly.
I mean, yeah. Look, bridge is already burned. I don't really give a shit. Okay, like we're not gonna make up for it. And I'm a Christian. No, you're not. You're a fucking asshole. Anyway, I reached out to her and I sent her a message on Facebook. I'm a tech person. I'm not retarded. I can see when you see the message. It says fucking seen by X person, right? I friended her. She friended me back. I was like, all right, cool. I send her the message. She then like puts me, you know how you can like have groups or whatever, so you can isolate people. Then I could see nothing on her page. And never responded to the message. I was like, I'm not asking you for money. One, I probably make a lot more than you, so get the fuck out of here. I wasn't asking you for money. I wasn't asking, can I stay at your house? I'm not a drug addict. I'm none of that shit. I was like, hey, like, I haven't seen you in fucking forever. I'm your brother. I'm in a master's degree. I have a wife. I'd love to meet the next time you're in town or blah, blah, blah. Nothing. And I was like, all right, cool. That's great. And when I noticed I was like completely blocked off, I was like, boom, fine, we're done. Unfriend. I never want to speak to you again. Again, I'll hear about your death at a family function. I don't give a fuck. Because your whole family is garbage. Garbage. So, just an aside.
Fucking rubbish.
Yeah. It just... The apple does not fall far from the tree for some people. I am literally... Well, I can't say I'm literally nothing like my father. I have a bit of a rage problem, but... well, one could argue. But...
And I'm the angry one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both of y'all.
Yeah, motherfucker. It's
Cut
not
from
mutually
the same fucking
exclusive.
cloth.
Kente.
From that Troy Maxon club.
Yeah, exactly. Got 2 strikes on you, goddamn. Nah, dude, they struck out. That game is over. The game is over. Nah, dude, I hate his guts. I do. I can say that unequivocally. Absolutely. I
don't know my biological father well enough to hate his guts.
Oh, I do. Trust me. And I'm not even telling you all of this shit. I can tell you stuff offline, but like, trust me, no. Heaven is not missing an angel. And your sister ain't shit either. She ain't shit either. She's a fucking terrible person. That's why I don't nobody love you. They don't. They fucking hate their guts, dude. They're a fucking terrible family, dude. They are. Some of the people on that side of the family I love. They're fucking great people. That generation? No. There's like 2 of them in that generation that were great. And they're both passed away, unfortunately. True story.
Right. That's hilarious.
Little fucking window into my life.
So fences, everybody.
Yeah. hidden fences. It's all about space travel. So that moment happens. And again, they are like, it's weird because Viola Davis's character says like, hey, just curious, are you planning on not seeing this woman anymore? Like, maybe I can get over this shit.
Yeah.
And, which, by the way, that is incredibly adult of you. Fuck that.
Yeah.
But,
Right.
okay, stand by your man type of shit. And he's like, I can't do that. She makes me happy. She allows me to get away from all the trials and tribulations of my life. And, like, at that point, Viola Davis is like, I've had enough of this shit.
Right. He's basically like, you fucking drain me. This woman gives me joy. I'm like, this is your wife you talking to, dog. What the fuck is going on?
And he literally says, like,
I can laugh.
I'm like, yo, you just said she was the best wife anybody could like hope to have. And he's just like, but I mean, this new pussy is amazing. It's amazing. She's one of them big Florida girls.
It's incredibly fucked up.
It's one of the most selfish things I've ever heard a character
It's
say.
insanity.
Yeah.
Like that's when I was like, yeah, fuck this nigga. Yeah. I don't give a fuck what the fuck he does for the rest of this movie.
No, there was no redeeming at this moment. I mean, look, I get the laugh and it's great. And she's like, do you think I didn't want to be with other men? And like,
you think I didn't want to be happy? I'm stuck with your black ass for the last 18 years. Come on, dude.
Yo, if they had just if she was just wearing a shirt that said represents all black women everywhere, I'd be like, that seems about right.
Right.
Like, but that's...
I mean, that message is right on the nose. But you know what? I'll allow it.
Yeah. You just go, damn, we really have let black women down. Like when you watch that, you're just like, we got to get it together, man. Like, God damn. And like you understand why like black women are just like, some black dudes really ain't shit. And you go, this is a prime example of it. I mean, you're talking about an entire generation that dealt with that shit. I mean, not that cheating and all that other stuff doesn't happen in our generation. It absolutely does. I mean, there was a show called Cheaters, for God's sake. But that level of like starting other families and shit like that. That's
like, got a family down the street.
Have it in my family.
God damn.
Yeah. Yeah. My mother's biological father, literally, my grandmother had 2 kids. My mother and her older sister was pregnant 4 months pregnant with my uncle. And he just didn't come home from work one day. Just walked the fuck out.
God damn. Jesus.
Searching for new land, as they say in the movie. And literally went and had another family in New York.
That's fucked up, man.
I mean, I don't even, like, I usually try to...
People, Jay's not very black. My family is black as shit. I cannot stress this enough. Are you kidding me?
I usually try to, kind of transition with humor. I have nothing. I got nothing, yo. I literally have nothing.
That happened. You know what the fucked up thing is? They welcomed him back into the family years later.
Well, I mean, knowing
Black people
your mother,
are the most forgiving people.
Yeah,
Really
knowing your family, I 100% can see that happening.
Yeah.
Nah, that shit stops with this generation.
My grandmother, I wouldn't say forgave. Like, nah, fam. My grandmother, she don't take no bullshit. Like, nah, she's not doing that. But she be at family functions and laughing with them or whatever. But I'd be like, stab this nigga. Yo, you gotta go.
We are far less forgiving nowadays, I feel.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not, like I said, when this scene happened, I'm like, fuck this nigga.
Yep.
There's nothing
We're
redeeming,
done.
whatever the fuck. And then he's like, hey, can you take care of this baby? I'm like, the fuck is you talking to me for? Like,
new baby, who this? Like, no, dog. Yeah. So, hey, that baby seems like a full count to me. You fucking deal with it on your own.
all the way the fuck out with that motherfucker.
Sorry.
You better take that shit to fucking the church. Leave it on the doorstep.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
I'm not taking no, dude. Like the level of bullshit that would have to happen for my wife to be like, oh yeah, I'm pregnant with somebody else's baby, and you got to take care of it with me. I mean, I'd start laughing. No, seriously, is Ashton Kutcher here? What the fuck are you talking about? No, fuck out of here.
No,
man.
Absolutely not. I'm not that forgiving. Fuck off.
No.
No.
But I think black people, because we were our families were broken up so much, black women especially were almost forced to just take the brunt of so much shit to keep black families together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how the fuck do you deal with that
I
shit?
can tell you, my grandmother was basically the matriarch. Once she died, my family fell apart. Like they just became assholes to each other.
Yeah.
On my stepfather's side. They don't talk to each other anymore.
She was the
one that kept everyone together.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well,
Pretty fucked up.
It's funny because in my family, it was my grandmother, but she's gotten really, pretty elderly now. She's in her 80s, but my mom is taking that role over. So God,
she's like, fuck them niggas.
That I've never met your mom, but that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, that's all right.
It's funny because, like I said, she's like only 50, but like she's in that generation. Like, nah, I ain't got time for that bullshit. Like, fuck off.
But the family's falling apart. Is it?
Whatever.
My family's fine.
You're right. Like, we fine.
We good right here. I'm worried about my immediate family.
Pretty much.
That's actually really hilarious. Like, fuck them niggas. So yeah, you find out later that in that scene, Corey comes out because Troy grabs Rose by the arm and he's like hurting her. And he's not meaning to do it. He's just like, he's fucking amped up and shit. And Corey comes in and like pushes in between them. And then Troy's like, "Oh, nigga, that's 2 strikes, dog. Woo, don't strike out." And then we get a scene later on where Corey has his like stand up to his dad moment. Yeah. Have you guys had that?
Yeah, and then I moved.
Let me tell you something. Pack these bags. Get the fuck out of here, Dad.
Did I? I don't think
So you didn't have the moment like in the house.
Things came to a head, and then I immediately found an apartment to live in.
Oh, really? Is that why?
Yeah.
He was like, I'm done with
I was
this.
like, I can't do this anymore, and it was time for me to go.
And no girls were really trying to come to your parents' house.
No girls were trying to come anywhere close to me.
That makes sense.
So, although I think I was in the relationship with what's her name?
Yeah.
At 26, but yeah, it was time to go, man. Like it was just things came to a head. We got into an argument about something. I can't even remember what it was.
Something stupid.
Right, just something dumb. And yeah, things came to a head. Like we didn't have a knockdown drag out, but yeah, no. Anyway, keep good.
Yeah. Like, no, I'm just thinking, like, I had that moment with my dad.
Yeah.
Right before I was 26, 27. And it was right before I moved to the West Coast. I went and saw him. I was like it's like the check-in thing with the phone. Like,
Yeah.
like, nigga, I haven't talked to you in like 10 years. Like, but I am moving to the other coast. I guess I'll give you the courtesy to let you know
Right.
I'm moving to the other side of the country. And I went and talked to him. And it was just like, just kind of letting you know, I'm getting out of here. And he said something about my mom. And I was just like, I was like, nobody talks about my mom. Like, fuck that. Yeah. And
considering the last person that even mentioned anything about your mother is not around anymore, yeah, I can only imagine.
Oh, right.
Yeah, like, And he said something about mine. He was like, "Oh, your mom, blah blah blah," and I was like, and it was kind of funny, you have like those out of body experience almost.
Fucking Ironside was playing.
Yeah, it was like you start fucking seeing red.
Zoom in on your eyes and shit.
You done said it now. But I remember it very vividly, and I even at 37, I like in regular conversation, I don't think I would have said what I said to him. I was just like, don't ever talk about my mom like that. I'm not here to talk about her. I'm here to talk to you. And if you want to talk about my mom, I'll get the fuck out of here. And I was just like, damn, nigga, did you say that shit? Like, it was like one of those moments.
Fucking turned your cell phone like whoa.
It's like, and it's funny because I said that shit, and I think he was like,
I respect that.
he kind of was like,
Right.
They respected me for saying it. Like, he kind of was like, okay, okay. He's like, game recognized game. And I was like,
that's all I was looking for, son. Just stand up to yourself.
I've been treating you like shit all these years, waiting on you. Like,
congratulations, you passed the test. I can love you now. Like, what the fuck? Like,
You nigga.
nah. Surprise! Like, come on, dog. Like streamers and shit come down. I love you, son. Like, oh, that's all it took. But yeah, I mean, that was the moment I had with him, and it was funny because like it literally did like it fucking stopped that conversation, and I was like, okay. And then we've never talked again.
well,
So what the fuck was the point of that?
I don't think I've ever had that. I don't think I've had that. Nah.
Don't talk about my mom, dude. Like, that shit pisses me off. So, yeah. Like, even right now, just thinking about it, like, shirts get a little hot. Like, shit, like, made me mad. I was like, come on, dog. Don't do that. So, and I told my mom that story, and she was like, tell it to me again. I was like, what'd you say again?
Oh, that shit's funny because I can imagine your mother's asking.
Oh, absolutely.
absolutely.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. She don't give a fuck. She was like, look, good. Tell that nigga off. I don't give a fuck. So then we have this big come to Jesus moment of Corey and Troy. So here's that clip.
And excuse me. I ain't got to say excuse me to you. You don't count around here no more.
Oh, I see. I don't count around here no more. You ain't got to say excuse me, your daddy. All of a sudden, you ain't got so grown where your daddy don't count around here no more. Around here in his own house and yard that he done paid for with the sweat of his brow, all of a sudden you done got so grown that your daddy don't even count around it. What, you gonna take over? Huh? You gonna take over my house? You gonna wear my pants? You gonna go in there and stretch out on my bed? You ain't got to say excuse me because your daddy don't count around here no more, is that right?
That's right. You're always talking this dumb stuff. Now, why don't you just get out my way?
I guess you got some place to sleep. Something to put in your belly. You got that? Huh? Because that's what you need. You got that? Huh?
You don't know what I got. You ain't got to worry about what I got.
You right. You 100% right. I done spent the last 17 years worrying about what you got. Now it's your turn, see? I tell you what we do. You grown. We done established that. You a man. Now let's see you act like one. Turn your behind around and walk out this yard. And when you get out there in the alley, you can forget about this house, see? Because this is my house. You go on and be a man and get your own house, you can forget about this, because this is mine. You go on and get yours, because I'm through doing for you.
Oh, what you done for me? What you ever given me?
Them feet, them bones, that pumping heart, nigga. Give you more than anybody else ever gonna give you.
You never gave me nothing. You never done nothing but hold me back, afraid I was gonna be better than you. All you ever did was try and make me scared of you. I used to tremble every time you called my name, every time I heard your footsteps in this house. Wondering all the time, what's Pop gonna say if I do this? What's he gonna say if I do that? What's Pop gonna say if I turn on the radio? And Mom, too, she tries, but she's scared of you.
Leave your mama out of this. Your mama ain't got no...
How she stand you after what you did to her?
I told you, leave your mama
out of this.
What
are you gonna do? Give me a whooping? You can't whoop me no more. You too old. You just an old man.
Nigga. That's what you are. You just another nigga on the street to me.
You're crazy, you know that?
Yeah, go on, get on away from around me. You got the devil in you.
You are just a crazy old man talking about I got the devil in me.
I am crazy. If you don't get the hell out my yard, I'm gonna show you how crazy I am.
So there you go. That scene is pretty pivotal because this is where Corey, again, he has his big like stand up to his dad moment, which I think it's a part of being a man, right? Like I think it is, you know, you have to take the power from your father so that you can, you know, be the fucking Highlander or whatever stupid shit. But I think that does happen a lot of times. Whether you have a good relationship with your father or not, there's going to be the moment where you're just like, "Oh, nigga, you can't beat me no more. I'm old now. I'm grown.
I've been drinking milk. Just fucking grow and grow and grow and grow.
It never worked for me. But I do think it's an important sort of rite of passage for Corey's character. And then we sort of get, just to kind of sort of wrap up the movie, we get this moment, like they literally physically have a fight and Corey loses. He was down in the basement.
Spectacularly.
He was losing. He was like pumping weights and shit in the early scenes. And I'm like, dog, ain't none of that shit working.
10 pounds, though.
It's like,
you're like... I was like, that's not a lot of weight, bro.
It's like, you're just getting toned, man. You're not building muscle. You're just toning what little muscle you got. You gotta lift, bro.
That's all he had in 1956. Just 2 10-pound weights. So if I just keep doing it, eventually it'll work. But yeah, apparently Denzel had old man strength. Right. He just manhandled him by himself. Like, get the fuck out of here. It was hilarious.
And then he hit him with that slack, like, God damn, he came all the way back and just followed through. Nigga almost did a 360. I was like, Jesus, dude.
Hilarious. And so he, you know, he basically tells him, like, get out of here. Like, don't worry, your stuff will be on the other side of the fence when you come back to get it. And then basically Denzel Washington's character dies. Like, not right in that moment, but not too long after. And then we're sort of flash forward right after his death to the day of his funeral, where we see, and by the way, that when Troy dies is 6 years later.
Yeah.
Right.
And
the
funeral 6 years later?
Yeah. 6 years later, you know, he died 6 years later after that.
Oh, all right. I got you.
Because, you know, he sees, like at this point, he has brought this baby for Rose to raise,
like, hey,
because
it's not the baby's fault. It's like, she's innocent. That's what he said. Like, she's innocent. Can you please take care of this baby? Like, no. Like, no.
Like, you know, you're
Fuck
right.
you.
She's not innocent. Or she is innocent. Be innocent somewhere else. There's a light-skinned ass baby on my face. You see what I look like? Everybody gonna believe this shit. They see what you look like. They see what I look like. But yeah, he had brought the baby back because Alberta had died in childbirth. Of course. Like, God damn it. And at that point, Corey has joined the Marines, which everybody knows military ain't no place for a black man. Get the fuck out of here. Not
Made him
buying
back.
it. What's that?
What war were they at war at this point? Maybe the
Korean War was in the 50s.
Yeah.
But I don't think he was off
he-
in war.
I
I
don't think
think
it was Korea. It would have been around the 60s, right?
He did.
Oh, yeah,
he
that's
did
right. It would've been
6
in the 60s,
years,
yeah.
right? He left. He went in like literally like right after he got thrown out the house.
Right, like
Because he
56,
had nowhere else to
57.
go.
Yeah, I was like, well, fuck it.
Guess
And
so.
the funny thing, the thing about that is like Troy wouldn't let him play football, but he kept telling him to make his own way. He was cutting that fucking part out.
Yeah.
He basically like cut the part out where I can go to college and play football. And he said, he's like, make your own way. And I'm like, but
That
I
was
wanna
my way.
Right.
do it.
Right.
But you're making me work at this fucking convenience store where I'm not making any money. Thanks, Dad. Asshole. Like, it's so backwards, man.
Yeah. Make your own way, Micah. Make your own way.
Man, I wish I could do it over. I really do. Engineering sucks. It really, really does.
Oh, trust me, I wouldn't have gone into computers either. I probably would have done some sort of broadcasting, maybe, or
Yeah.
or some sort of
Who
anything
knew?
else. Yeah, who knew? But so Troy's dead, and Corey comes back for his funeral. Lyons is there. This young girl, Raynell, who is the daughter of Troy and Alberta, is also there. She's, I don't know, 10 maybe, or no, I guess she's like
I
6.
thought she was
So, yeah,
6.
6 or 7. Yeah, you're right.
But she was pretty.
She looked a lot older than 6.
Oh yeah, she was like 9.
Yeah.
Oh,
And also
indeed.
she was in Hidden Figures. She was
Was she?
she was one of the daughters in Hidden Figures.
Well, go figure. No pun intended.
Very good, thank you. And at that point, we completely skipped over Gabriel's character, which is Troy's brother who had mental illness after having a breakdown while he was in the military. And that's
He always plays this character.
yeah. I
very
thought he was
good
going
at
to
it.
start like talking about the shrimping business or something like.
Right. He literally played. I've seen him play a mentally handicapped character in like 5 movies.
He's really good at it.
He's very good. I'm like, you're kind of getting typecast, bro.
Yeah, that's a,
Like, oh, is it a new role? You'll be playing a. Oh, really? We're talking about. Go fuck yourself. This is rude. I'd like to play something else. But I'm sorry that we
completely skip over that
Yeah,
whole thing
I mean-
because if it weren't for him being injured in the military, Troy wouldn't have the house
right because he was
because he
getting
got
money.
like $3,000 or some shit like that.
Right. And it's important because you see Troy as sort of a caregiver to Gabriel.
Yeah,
In a lot of
and he
ways.
feels like he owes him because how to use your money to buy this fucking house, though.
Right.
So
Yeah. So that was interesting. But Gabriel comes by because he wants to play his trumpet. Again, he's mentally handicapped. He wants to play his trumpet for St. Peter to come and get Troy as he goes to heaven. I don't think Troy would go to heaven, but that's nor here nor there for many reasons. But what's interesting is they choose to end it on him playing the trumpet and like the clouds open.
that ending was weak.
You thought so?
I was like, that's corny.
It was a very like
What the fuck?
raisin
is
in the sun, like we're all together.
I was like, this ending is. Even as I saw it in the theater, I'm like, the fuck was that? What? Okay,
God is real.
whatever.
did you want proof of death? Is that what you were looking for?
Yeah. Fuck that nigga. Yeah. You notice they never showed Alberta, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah.
I was
just-
wondering
they
if
just spoke
Alberta
over
was
it.
white.
No, definitely not. My guess is light skin though.
Oh yeah,
So like, the girl wasn't light skinned when she got older.
I thought she was. I thought not like Light skin could pass for white.
No.
But, you know.
She was certainly...
light enough.
Yeah. Yeah, light enough. I mean, she's lighter than I am.
It's like Micah's complexion.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's the perfect complexion.
Get the fuck out of my face.
But there's the part where
she's adorable.
They're getting ready for the funeral, and they're sitting on the steps, and she and Corey start singing that song, and he's like, "God damn it, fuck, I gotta go to the funeral," because he memorized this song about a dog, old blue, or something.
Damn.
I can't.
Maybe he did have more of an impact than I
Right,
thought.
because he remembered the whole fucking song.
Right.
Yep.
He's like,
and that's when you realize that shit, right? Like, you always realize that shit when you're too late. Well, I can't speak for everybody, but I realized my father's worth way later than maybe I should have. But at the same time, it's like, I mean, come on, yo. Like, it could have been better growing up.
Right.
You didn't have to be a dick to me.
Right.
To be,
Right.
We on the same team.
Like,
dog.
come on, man.
Right. A couple of more attaboys might have gave me a little more confidence to do something that maybe I wanted to do with myself. Instead, I'm stuck in these fucking dead-end jobs. I got to come vent my frustrations out for everybody to hear.
I need massive amounts of attention
Right.
on the internet.
Right. I need people to worship me. Like, I said that shit and I fucking meant it. Like, right? Like, that's what's fucked up, right? Like, yeah, I say half of the shit I say just to try and be funny. But no, I kind of meant that shit.
Yeah. He just likes Dr. Doom because the costume is cool. Not for any other reasons. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's... I don't know, man. Like, as a... Black fathers out there, man. Love your kids, man.
Yeah.
Openly.
Or
love
like,
your kids.
Tell them.
Tell them, man.
At the
And
very least.
treat your wife, treat your women with like respect. Like, don't just say, "Oh, you the greatest, baby. You the greatest. Oh, I'm so lucky to have a woman like you, man. I'm not," and then go around and fuck Alberta around the corner, right? Like,
Yeah, come on, man. You gotta do better.
don't be like Troy.
Yeah. I mean, look, you know, my brother, who's been on a couple episodes, he's got 3 kids. And, like, he's a really good fucking dad.
Yo,
He's a great dad.
I remember Rodney from high school, man.
Would have never thought.
Who the thunk it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
No. You
like,
wouldn't have thought so.
I can imagine.
like,
Like, I don't know
yeah.
that well, but I can imagine y'all probably like, this nigga's about to go to jail. Like, just
But when he had his son at like 20, 21, 22, fucking light, just a light switch, man. It was just like,
yeah,
like, oh shit.
it was like he immediately changed. It was amazing.
he's like all the best parts of Troy.
Yeah, he kind of is. like he don't take any shit from his kids, but he's openly loves those kids, and
Right.
he tells
And he tells them that. He tells them
important.
that, man. Like,
sons
I'm
and
gonna-
daughters, like.
yeah,
You know, son and daughter. You know, his 2 sons and his daughter the same. He's not like, "I love you, baby girl." He's like, "Look, y'all 2 niggas, y'all better get it together." Like, he's not like that. Like, he loves his kids, man, and that's important because a lot of times, I think fathers in general feel this need, and I'm not a father. This is just my observation, but fathers feel the need to like, I gotta tell this girl that I love her so she don't end up on the pole, like, and that's my only job, and make sure she doesn't get with some dude's gonna beat the shit out of her, like, and just take that shit. So, like, that's the goal, right? But with sons, it's like, you be all right.
Right.
Like, nah, man, you can't just leave them fucking twisting in the wind. That shit ain't right. Like, they need, young black men need love too. Like, you gotta tell you gotta tell your kids, man. Gotta tell your kids. Look, just even if you're an uncle or like I got fucking 1,000 goddamn nieces and nephews, fucking tell them you care about them, dude. You do. You have to tell them because when you hear that people care about you, you have more self-worth, and that's important. And that, sadly, if they don't get it there, they will get it somewhere else, where you have to go into the Marines to be told, like, yeah, we give a shit about you. Now take this hill.
And even if you are a selfish asshole, like, say it anyway, because when you need help getting your diapers changed as an old man, like, they might come help you out.
Yeah, probably not gonna be your
You
sons. though.
pricks.
Yeah, it's probably not gonna be your sons. Statistically, it's
No, it
daughters.
won't be your sons.
I ain't cleaning up after that.
I'm not looking forward to wiping up shit. if we ever get this kid off the ground.
Nah, that's why you gotta be rich, man. You pay somebody to do it.
Yeah, you pay somebody to do it.
A nanny to tell your children they love them.
There you go.
Tell them how I feel. They know.
Look, you
Your
know.
father loves you.
Yeah, there you go.
He does. He didn't pay me this week, but he loves you.
What a weird way to end this episode.
Yeah, well, that is what it is.
Is what it is.
I thought this was a very good conversation. Obviously, we kind of broke from our normal standard style, but I thought it was more important to have a conversation about being black and black dads.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Happy Father's Day.
Yeah, we should have done this one.
Yeah.
When is Father's Day?
When
was
is
the
it?
18th.
or
Oh, it
when
was. That's
it?
right. I don't know.
God damn!
I texted him.
And the only reason why I know it was the 18th was because we were talking about a bus, like that new bus system that's around out there.
I don't know.
Like
The link?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do I know and you don't?
What, about the bus system?
The link, yeah.
I don't know what that is. Because I have a car. That's what I catch the bus.
Yeah, it dropped on like the 18th. I think it was Father's Day or something like that. Wasn't
God
it?
damn.
I don't know.
I don't know when Father's Day is.
I didn't celebrate Father's Day.
I don't know when Father's Day is. I don't know when Mother's Day is.
I don't either.
I don't know when Easter is.
I don't either.
Oh, well, that's not a surprise.
That's the one where Jesus comes back with the rabbits, right? I don't fucking know.
That's what it is, right?
Yeah.
Like why the fuck?
Zombie
is there
Jesus comes back with rabbits that lay eggs. It all makes sense.
I don't understand it.
What the fuck is going on in
What's
Christianity?
Easter? What the fuck is Easter?
It's
the resurrection.
it's
Is
the
it?
resurrection.
Of what? The Easter Bunny? Like I don't.
He came back after Pontius Pilate had him murdered.
They threw him, they murdered him, they put him on a cross, they threw him in a cave,
And you disappeared.
and 3 days later he fucking Chris Redfield that boulder out the way and started giving people aerodynamic
Easter
high
bunny?
fives and shit because of the holes in his
So where does the
hands.
Easter
Like,
Bunny
woo!
come into play?
Totally
That's like some. That's like from some
Pagan
like
thing.
pagan thing. Like
Yeah,
pagan
like
ritual.
Christmas. Anyway, that's a weird way to end this episode because that's true.
That didn't make it.
Look it up.
Oh,
You don't put trees in your house for a reason. All right, that is it for us. We will be back with another preview episode for episode 110. Later, guys.
See ya.
Bye.
We out.